What would happen if, for the rest of this year, 2025, you decided not just what to lock into your life, but also what to lock out?
Let's talk about that today on the Wandering But Not Lost podcast. And now your host, Jen O'Brien and Matt Emerson. Well, welcome back to the WBNL Wandering But Not Lost podcast, where we help you align, connect, and prosper in your business and life. This is episode 386, and you can find all those show notes, you guessed it, over at WBNLpodcast.com.
And can I just say how excited I am that it's October? We're really into that fall season. The autumnal change is upon us. Yes, I can feel it here in Las Vegas. We have had temperatures drop. We were just in the high 80s. It's very cool in the morning. I absolutely love fall. It's my favorite. Yours too, right, Matt? Don't you love it?
Oh, yeah.
It's the season of harvest. We're already starting to see, even though we don't really see a lot of leaves change, but it happens in my area where I live. There happens to be some trees that do start to change, and I love it. I see it as I drive up this street every day to turn into my subdivision. The days are shortening. You know, it's this reminder that we do life, and us, include just like nature, we move in cycles, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we're just rounding the corner into the last stretch of 2025. It's hard to believe because this year is really, I guess they all fly by now, right? This is what you always say. I can't believe it's gone so fast.
It's speeding up. There's no doubt.
Anyway, it's the perfect time for a reset. So not by adding 10 new goals to your plate, because you don't need 10 more things. Well, maybe you need 10 more things. We're going to talk about what you can do about that.
Aren't we?
But by asking two simple questions: what am I locking in for the rest of the year? And what am I locking out?
So that is the mindset shift we are diving in today. And it's one you can use not just now, but at any turning point in your life, not just fall.
So let's start with the lock-in mindset. This is one about choosing the practices, routines, and habits that keep you grounded and moving forward.
Think of it as a compass. Love using the compass analogy.
Yep.
When you lock in on something, you're setting your direction. For example, a daily gratitude practice, even just 2 minutes in the morning of saying out loud or putting in your journal, what are you thankful for? A commitment to movement. I just talked to Matt about this before we got on the show. It can be simple. Don't make it have to be an hour a long walk in a park. It can be walking, stretching, micro movement, even at your desk. Just getting up and stepping outside and grounding. Protecting time for your most important work before you dive into emails and social media, meaning you do your morning routine before you jump into the chaos.
That's right. Because when you decide what matters to commit and then commit to it for the rest of the year, you build momentum. And that is so important. And here's the little secret. The structure you create actually gives you more freedom. It's not restrictive. It can actually be really, really liberating.
And I think that's why Matt and I really love this idea that we saw on social for the last 4 months of the year with this 2025 lock-in challenge. It's not about perfection, right? And it's not about adding more, as Matt said. It's about saying, this is my anchor. This is what I'm holding on to. This is how I'll finish the year aligned with this, maybe one thing in business and one thing in your personal life, for example.
Right. But here's the truth, though. You can't lock in without actually locking something out.
Yes, and that is what today's episode has got a little twist on this lock-in challenge, because you have the lockout mindset is about letting go of the distractions, the patterns, or the environments that can pull you off course, so it makes it harder to lock into whatever you're committed to. Mm-hmm. So, yes, another thing that I confessed to Matt today.
Oh, boy.
Doom scrolling on your phone at night. I have found myself slipping into this, which I hate. I do not like it, but it's so easy to get sucked into scrolling on one of the socials and the algorithm serving up whatever you're happening to stop on. Overcommitting. Another one is overcommitting to projects, saying yes to too many things, anything that's going to drain your energy. That's another one of mine that I have gotten better at over time. How about comparing yourself to others or jumping on the judgment train? This can happen on social media or just in conversations with people, meaning there's so much divisiveness and negativity going on in our world, in our country. It's so easy to jump in and start judging other people, which just spirals you into negativity. And then it can even then fall back on negative self-talk, if you're not feeling high vibe, if you're feeling lower and you're doing the doom scrolling and you're getting into the conversation that brings your energy down, that easily can turn on yourself, and you can be saying things like, I'll never get this done. I'm so tired. Everything is out of control.
It's funny.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense. And it's funny how you should talk about the whole kind of the algorithms on social media. Last weekend, I had noticed that, well, you can't say for some reason, because it's because you just actually saw something, or you saw two things, and all of a sudden you just, your feed is full. So I said to myself, you're going to go in right now and you're going to correct this, because this was something that it was not happening to me for such a long time. And now it happens so easily. I went in and, paused a bunch of things, just unfollowed a bunch of things. And I within a half an hour, maybe, all of a sudden, it was back to only positive mindset type of things in my feed. It was actually really, really amazing. I started unfollowing or putting people on sleep, or whatever you call that thing that you do there on Facebook anyway. It's the same on all of them. But even people that I actually like to follow, I'm like, nope, you're going down a path I don't want to hear about this, right? So anyway, it was amazing. So it really is just amazing how much clarity you can gain when you just remove one little distraction.
But now let's go a little deeper into what you're talking about, because we had that aha many months ago about training your algorithm. Okay, so the algorithm on these social medias are so powerful, as you just said. So the analogy that I'm just gonna bring forward a little bit is Matt had to go do an activity to retrain his algorithm, and it means that for you to clear out the stuff you don't want to do, whether you have to unfollow it, but you almost have to go in and do some searches, to stick with the analogy on social.
Good point.
And put in, I want to see these things. I want to see this. I want to see this. I want to see this. And stop and watch some of those videos. Do the activity so you retrain your algorithm. And that swap is over to these things we're talking about today. You have to go take the action. We have to go retrain and get out of the negative pattern and back into the positive side by this lock in, lock out idea. Lock out the things that are not working for you, the lock in of the daily habits of getting up and taking the walk and doing these activities, so that you're retraining your brain to the positive stuff.
Yeah.
Everything in existence is pushing you back, from people to what's in the media to what is online. There is a major push to keep your energy down, and this is what we're battling against.
I know, and I'm telling you, locking out isn't just subtraction. Don't look at it that way. I love the expression, it's addition by subtraction, because what you're really doing is you're creating space for what matters in your life, and that is the key to this whole thing.
Love it. So if you are really serious about ending the year with clarity, don't just ask what you need to start doing. Ask what you're ready to stop doing. That's where the real transformation can happen.
Right. All right, Jennifer. And so we've given our listeners some concrete evidence here. Let's get into some simple exercises. Here's one I love. And this is just, Jen and I have talked about the stop, start, continue thing a lot. This is kind of the same type of thing, but just grab a piece of paper, fold it in half into two columns, and in one, write lock in, and the other one, right, lock out.
Wax on, wax off.
Exactly.
Lock in, lock out.
That's awesome.
Do we have a download for lock in, lock out?
We better get one.
All right, go ahead. That's really brilliant. Just put it on. But fold it. I like the folding part. Lock in, lock out. You have two columns.
Awesome.
Got it. On the lock-in side, write down 3 things you're committed to doing consistently from now to the end of the year, and maybe onwards after that. Keep it simple. Maybe this is definitely for me, drinking first more water right in the beginning, even before coffee, but drinking enough water, or however much water you want to drink.
Yep.
A daily 10-minute walk or some kind of movement, or maybe journaling once a week. Those are some examples of some lock-in ideas.
Right. And then on the lock out side, write things you're ready to release. So maybe that's like no phones at dinner time. That's a great one. Saying no to yes when you really mean no. That is one that I think we all do all too often. And you get yourself into situations where you're just not wanting to do something you committed to. Or maybe no staying up past midnight midnight. My God, if I ever say it past midnight.
I don't know the last time that was easy for me.
Well, let's just say not staying up too late when you know that you actually need the rest.
What's going on in my lockout side is plugging my phone in. This is something you've said before, somewhere else, so I'm not picking it up and scrolling it while I'm winding down. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so once you've got, so we're just saying 3 and 3, 3 lock-ins, 3 lockouts.
Right.
Once you've got your 6 commitments, put that paper somewhere visible. Put it on your desk, tape it up on your bathroom mirror. Tuck it into your journal, only if you look at your journal every single day, but put it somewhere where you can see it. A lot of times I put things on my screen underneath my, not on my computer screen, but underneath, so it's in front of me all the time, right?
Yeah. It's funny. I never used to be a Post-it note guy, but as I look down here at the bottom of my computer,
Post-it note. They work.
Right. Well, I really do.
And then I'll put things in like my checklists and stuff that are, I'll put them in like marker, like so it really stands out, not pen or those are my little insights. And I'll color.
Plus, there's nothing better than to throw the note away. You throw the note away and you clean your space. I don't like clutter. I'm telling you right now, it kind of drives me crazy when there's a lot of stuff out there. So it motivates me to actually do the thing. Anyway, here's the kicker. Share it with someone, though. And Jan and I are good about doing this with each other. Accountability will really make it stick. So when you tell a friend, you tell your personal life coach or business coach, or even just your partner, what you're locking in and what you're locking out, it really becomes about 10 times more powerful.
And remember, this isn't about adding pressure or more things to do. It's about creating focus. Locking in helps you know where you're headed. Locking out clears the path so you can actually get there.
That's right. And you don't need a dozen new goals. You just need clarity on what matters most and the courage to actually release what doesn't matter anymore.
So here's our weekly WBNL challenge.
Woo!
With us as you step into this new season, ask yourself, what's one thing I will lock in for the rest of the year? That is the lock-in challenge. And what's one thing I will lock out? Start there.
Yeah, and if you haven't downloaded our lock-in challenge, go over to wanderingwithoutloss.com, click on the downloads menu in the main menu up there, and you can download the full lock-in challenge. It doesn't talk a lot about locking out, but it will definitely
that was a new idea.
Yeah, exactly. It talks a lot about what you need to lock in, right? So once you go through this exercise of your folded page and you've done your little lockouts, you'll be more clear about what you're going to be locking in. So that's over at our wanderingwithoutloss.com in our downloads section there. Because every step forward, every intentional choice is how you finish the year aligned. And that's how you step into the next one with clarity and freaking confidence.
And until next time, friends, wander with intention
and align with clarity. We'll see you next week.